So in continuation, the net heat flow into the volume element, that is the net heat conducted into the element plus the internal heat generation or consumption that will be there, which is equal to the increase in the internal energy per unit time plus the work done by the element per unit time. So this is what the three-dimensional cube we have taken into account. The heat that is coming into the x direction is the Qx. Heat that is leaving out in the x direction is Qx plus dx. We are considering the width this as the dx. This is the small volume element dx that is taken into account. So similarly, the heat in the y direction and the heat in the z direction are Qy and Qz. So Qx, that is the heat into the x direction, which is equal to minus Kx into delta T upon delta x into the area, the cross sectional area through which the heat is getting transferred. This is what the box that is available, the small volume element that is there. And this is in the x direction. So the surface area that will be your y and z. So y and z are the area that will take into account. And K is your thermal conductivity of material in the x direction, and delta T upon delta x is the temperature gradient in the x direction. And the heat going out from this volume element, that is Qx into delta Qx upon delta x into the dx, which is equal to minus Kx into delta T by delta x into dy into dz, minus delta by delta x of Kx into delta T upon delta x into dx dy into dz. Then after simplification, Qx minus Qx plus delta x, that is the net heat, rate of heat entering into the element in the x direction. Is the difference between the element in and leaving the heat flow rate. Heat coming into the system and the heat going out from the system. Heat coming into the system and the heat going out from the system. That is what your net rate of heat change. So after simplification, this will get cancelled. The remaining terminology is this only. So similarly, you can have the dqy into the qy plus dy, qz in the qz plus dz, that is in the x, y and z direction. So first term that will become equals to, after simplification, considering all the three directions. Then second term, that is the internal heat generation per unit time per unit volume. This is having the unit of watt per meter cube. Meter cube है, इसलिए that is why we are multiplying by the volume, dx, dy and dz. Then the third term, that is the change in the internal energy for the element over the period of time, dt. So term dt is coming here, the change in the internal energy with respect to time. That is what the unsteady state. So that is the mass of element into the specific heat. This is what the mass of the element, rho into the volume into the specific heat into the change in temperature of the element in the time dt. That is rho Cp dt. Rho Cp dt. And this will have the unit of joules. So we have to multiply, divide it by the time dt to get the units of watts. Joules per second is your watt. So to manipulate the units, you are dividing it by the time change. So your equation and the work done, that is taken as 0. So your equation becomes simplified with this. So this is your diffusion term, delta T upon delta x square plus delta square T upon delta y square plus delta square T upon delta z square. Then the generation term, Q dot upon K, and the unsteady state, that is 1 upon alpha. Alpha is nothing but the thermal diffusivity, which is nothing but K upon rho Cp. And this is the unsteady state change in temperature with respect to time, where K is the thermal diffusivity, unsteady state, steady state, and after application of this and or simplified, this is the general heat conduction equation. Now you can have the different forms that is related to the Laplace equation. In case of Laplace equation, no heat generation is there. So this term Q upon K, that will become equals to the 0. The remaining two terms, that is diffusion term and unsteady state term, that will be there in case of a Laplace equation. In case of a Fourier equation, it becomes your steady state. At steady state, when you talk at steady state, your steady state term, that becomes equals to 0. This term will become equals to 0. So that is called the Fourier equation. Unsteady state condition, state is not there. So only diffusion term and generation term, that is there in case of your Fourier equation. Then you are having the Poisson's equation. That is called the Poisson's equation. So these three different equations that is to be taken into account: Laplace equation, Fourier equation, and Poisson's equation. Similarly, you can have the cylindrical heat conduction equation in cylindrical coordinate system. The final form, you should know it. That is delta square T upon delta R square plus 1 upon R delta T upon delta R plus 1 upon R square delta square T upon delta phi square plus delta square T upon delta Z square plus Q dot upon K, that is what? The generation term, 1 upon alpha delta T upon delta T, which is nothing but the unsteady state term. This is the generation term, and this is what? The diffusion term in case of your cylindrical coordinate system. So similarly, all these three terms that will exist in case of a spherical coordinate system also. So this is the equation related to the spherical coordinate system. So this is the diffusion term, this is your heat generation term, and this is the unsteady state term.